in the background is okay, Dave? Are you picking
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I can't really notice it. All right, folks. Hello, welcome back to another week here on the Regulators. Steve, Terry, and I are here, but Steve's been pulled away for a phone call, so we're just looking at him and his fish at the moment. And of course, we have Terry Van Horn, SEO Pros and SEO Training Dojo. How's it going, dude?
Good, good.
Excellent, excellent. So yes, we're not sure if where and when Steve will be making it, but I'm sure you will at some point. Well, another week. We're into September. Nothing exciting. No penguins. Oh yes, penguins. I guess that's our first fucking landing point, isn't it? But yeah, still no penguin. So take that for what you will. When was it? Like third week of October last year, I believe.
Yeah, it's coming up on a year. It's pretty close. They ran it in September last year, I believe. Was the last
yeah. They got to run into each other in the halls.
Friday, I know that. I'm pretty sure.
Well, they got to run into each other in the halls just to remember it, right? So.
Yeah. They don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a big thing. Not really. No.
It's only a big thing if you're affected by it.
Yeah, well, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, I still feel bad for any poor bastard. Like, it's a sad day because you think of penguin as the unnatural links manual penalty's little brother, but not really. You know what I mean? So yeah, in this instance, you'd much rather have yourself a manual penalty. So basically, spam big or don't spam at all, right?
I've said that about all of them. At least they're telling you where to fucking start. The others, if you don't understand that you have to go to analytics and pinpoint it, you can chase your fucking tail all day. I'm glad that we figured out very early that you can't look at this stuff. You gotta look at analytics and line it up.
Yeah, that's it. The guidance is pretty much zero.
Yeah. And I think Google, contrary to what people are saying now, they do care. I think that's why when they change Panda, instead of just rolling it out and not saying nothing.
Yeah, they'd let you know, so at least you could go and look at your analytics and start figuring out, is it site-wide, is it?
If you knew a bit about it, you could compare the changes, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. You could go and look.
Understand things, right.
Yeah, you can see, is it site-wide? Is it a section of my site? Is it this? Is it, you could at least have something to work from.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you would also see, I think that's when some people got relief on Goopla and a few others that have gone around.
And apparently, I guess according to this, they're working on a solution.
Yeah, it's been running. They just haven't told you, folks.
Including one that generally refreshes faster. Which is what?
Generally refreshes faster. Generally.
Every 10 months. It'll be every 10 months instead of every 12.
Every 12.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's just slow news in the world these days or what it is, but I saw people like commenting about that. I was like, really? Because he literally, in the video, it was like one sentence. Hey, yeah, we're working on making it a little faster. People are running around like, oh, penguin's going to be faster. I was like, this is just fucking lip service. We don't know what that means. Could mean fuck all, man.
Well, just like, okay. There's some things here that don't make sense to me, David, and it can only mean that the people that are saying that Google are on purpose hurting businesses, in a way they are, because I think Google realizes, or I've come to decide, that pages that are hit by Penguin are actually quarantined or a sandbox-like situation where they don't get indexed until Google runs that update, unless you can invoke indexing, which, there's been reports, and I've seen it personally, where pinging a whole bunch of shit does help. I think what that does is it sites up where your disavow file get indexed, and in our show notes, I dropped a video where in Webmaster Central, where John Mueller for several weeks said that nothing happens until the page the link is on is indexed. So, how they could cause the algorithm to have to run is by quarantining or saying these pages can only be indexed when we say. So that stops it. However, you see things like, if you remember a long time ago, there was a member who showed us, hey, pinging seemed to help. We all wrote that off, but when I thought about it now, it makes sense that if you could get Google to answer that ping, it would get the disavow file or link removals process. But I'm thinking if they did that on a ping, it was probably a page that shouldn't have been disavowed in the first place.
Well, one of the things we started doing when we were talking about this was instead of disavowing whole domains, which we also do, but we'll take we'll almost make like two disavow lists, one that's actually the URLs, and the others that's we're actually going to submit to Google. And we take that and create a ping list out of that, all those direct URLs, and just ping the piss out of them, trying to get them recrawled to show that our link isn't there, or that it is there and it's a good page. But mostly because we want to show that our link does not exist on the page you say it exists on, whether it does or not.
Right. Or if you disavowed it, when they index the page, that's when the disavow file gets processed.
So we're whether this is actually helping or not, it's way too early to tell. We don't have a big enough data source to say that it helps, but it makes me feel better.
Well, here's the another.
Well, hey, just on the off chance that they might double up on manual, it's still worth doing, right? So.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that I've done that has helped is I've removed bad pages where there were a lot of bad links pointing at it. Instead of trying to get the links removed, if the content wasn't placing, I just removed the page, fortend it, and I've seen relief like that as well. A lot, that's why I think they're saying, well, it can only happen if we do the algo. They don't want people doing a whole bunch of pinging. So you could kind of argue that they are doing this and putting people in the shit on purpose. Because they don't want, because another way you could cause indexing is to just create a whole bunch of crappy links pointing at those bad pages, which eventually I think Google follows the link, index the page, everything gets processed. That's how I believe Mr. Kemper on his link research tools gets relief on what he calls his booster. In my opinion, it's just spam pointing at spam. And in the end, it's going to jump up and bite someone in the ass. Just my opinion.
Well, I guess on a related note.
You have nothing to say on that, Dave?
No. It's all bullshit. Everyone's got conjecture and this and that, and Google's saying one thing, and other people are saying Google's lying, Because when I posted it in the Dojo Facebook group, I said, well, here's the word from Google, and I'm sure some of you are going to call them liars. And, of course, Barry Adams popped up. Not like they've never lied before. So, you could have counted on one hand how many seconds it would have taken Barry to come along. Again, who fucking knows, dude? You know what I mean? If people want to try pinging, and I say go for it, you're not going to hurt yourself, so why not?
But you do agree that you and I have felt that for a while, that there's some kind of blockage around these pages that are affected by the algorithms, correct?
Well, yeah, again, what is it? Who knows? They're probably losing link equity. Is there some sort of trust authority scoring that goes against it? Is it a sandboxing effect? Hard to fucking say, you know what I mean? I've never It is. I've never seen a penguin patent or paper, so I haven't a clue really what they're doing. All we can do is guess as usual.
Right.
This one, I guess, is kind of the obvious, but anyways, another John Mueller quip, which was basically, even after an update of an algorithm, Panda, Penguin, or other Goopla or otherwise, page layout algorithm or otherwise, that you may not see immediate changes. Well, no kidding. And again, I think that's probably back to the crawl thing, you know what I mean? How often is your site being crawled? What kind of algorithm update was it? Blah, 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 blah. So, anyways, I just thought I'd put it in there for those who didn't know.
You can be so transparent that it's actually not beneficial, if you know what I mean. And I think we've now crossed that line, Steve? Well, I guess Steve either totally disagreed to the point that he
yeah. He's like, oh, fuck this, another week of Penguin.
I'm leaving the internet too, though, Dave.
Another week of Penguin, he's at it. He's checked out.
I give up, guys, let's go.
That's it, fuck this shit, I'm not doing any more Penguin.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know, is he online even? No, he's not online, so yeah, it could be his hillbilly internet. Entirely possible, alright. Oh, and speaking of hearsay, let's see what else. Oh yeah, here it is. So apparently, some people think there was a Panda Refresh last week, and others don't. And again, it's the no news is news thing, Terry, because Barry mentions the Mozcast and all that stuff, right? Which is usually his go-to thing, right? Alguru, Serps.com, but he says nothing. He saw nothing on those tools this time around, but lots of people are talking. So it's more no news is news.
Yeah, it's getting
something.
Google dances like. I mean, fuck, if you're affected by Panda, relief is pretty quick generally. As soon as you make the change, usually within a month, or next indexing, voila.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's one of the easier ones to get out of, isn't it? And that's the way.
Eventually, that's what he's talking about with Penguin.
And which is by rights is what they should do. But you and I have suspicions it's got a negative SEO issue going on. So I'd rather they fix it first, boys.
I think that they are afraid of what's going to happen to the rankings. If what's going to happen to their SERPs if they run Penguin flat out without a lot of testing, because you know what? There's all the elements. You've got to think that everything that Google has been transparent about, meaning links from press releases, guest blogging, all that stuff is supposed to be no-no, supposed to be no-follow, right? So pretty much, there's a lot of sites that have continued to do guest posting, and you still see it. Every SEO company I look at now is pushing that kind of outreach or, some kind of, call it what you want, it's a form of guest posting to get links.
Yeah, a lot of people don't seem to have gotten the memo, that's for sure, dude. Yeah, just like you, I see it all the time, especially in the spam that comes in, and you wonder how many people are listening to that advice and whatnot,
Yeah, and they haven't realized that there's a difference between the New York Times and Joe Blow's fucking blog. Even if they're the same fucking PR. There's a difference, folks. You need to figure that out.
Yeah. So
that's the hardest thing. That's been a problem with a lot of people in the industry from day one, that they think the same rules apply to the New York Times as every other website. No, that's common, Dave.
And and big sites do get hit. Maybe not the New York Times level, but I've seen plenty of stuff this year, bigger sites. Some larger sites that get fucking smacked around too. But obviously, strong authority and other things, brand are going to keep you in there a lot stronger than anyone else. And if they do get hit, is it a serious? It's a blip on the radar. So.
Look, the spam department at Google has pretty much said everybody. There's no one too big, including Google, because they've even penalized their own,
Chrome, wasn't it?
Country
Chrome
domain.
page or
I think
something?
it was one of the country domains that was, there were a few pages that were hit for Chrome. The browser, remember that?
Yeah, that's the one.
But what did it do? It affected one page on the whole fucking website. That was it. And only one query.
Yeah, it was just the one. Yeah, it was the one page. And I think it was a manual or not sure.
So, it's pretty evident that they can get pretty granular with their penalties.
Yeah. And that's it, And I can't see that being tough to do. You know what I mean? What are the thresholds? How many pages in this this directory have crap? Well, it's one page, then fine, let's hit this one page. If 30% or 40% of the pages in this category of a site, the directory of a site, have shit, then let's smack it with that, So I'd say that'd be reasonably easy to do, man, for sure. Yeah, fucking right. Oh, it's the Q&A on. Q&A's on. Hello, people. Okay, Steve saying he's still having problems getting on the web, but for some reason his Skype's working.
Skype works, but that's it, eh?
Interesting. Well, Microsoft's got something that's going well. But then again, well, it doesn't. You tell them to use IE, maybe that's the secret. It's all these Microsoft stuff that's working. Yeah, I remember a while back we had that guy on that was doing the paid YouTube stuff.
Yes.
Remember how cheap it was and the reach it had and everything else? We were kind of impressed by it.
Yeah.
So, I came across this one, which was a conversion metrics as far as social channels go. And they've got YouTube, Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Tumblr, and Twitter.
Yeah.
And apparently, YouTube had the highest conversion rate. So
doesn't well, you got to remember too, Dave, that a lot of people use sales videos on their conversion pages. So that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, for sure. And the paid YouTube stuff is pretty affordable too, man.
Yeah.
That shit's not bad. Yeah, I remember when that guy was on and we were looking at it kind of going, what? How much did you pay for it? How many views? And I was like, wow.
Yeah. Right.
Remember that? It made fucking Facebook look like fucking expensive. Yeah, so yeah, I thought it was interesting. Twitter at the bottom. Wow. How's it going, boys? Tumblr is above Twitter.
Well, that's pretty bad.
That is.
That kind of shows how people use Twitter, though, doesn't it?
Well, even LinkedIn is above Tumblr and LinkedIn are actually both above Twitter. So. Well,
actually, LinkedIn, I'm surprised that Google Plus is ahead of LinkedIn because I see more going on in LinkedIn than I do on Google Plus.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's also the ad model, maybe. Who knows where the placements are and stuff like that, right? They're not really talking about positioning of the ads or anything like that, so who bloody knows? But again, Pinterest. I've never used the paid route on Pinterest, so I'm not even sure where those pop up or if they're just in people's stream. Or I'm not actually sure. But so that doesn't tell us a whole lot. But yeah, the YouTube thing I thought was neat. 14%. Jesus Christ, dude. That's pretty good. That's pretty impressive.
But think though, if there's a lot of them on highly converting pages, right, Dave? That would affect that, I think.
Yeah. Again, we don't know where these ads are, so it's really kind of hard to say.
Or the videos that the ads are on.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, interesting. Anecdotal at best. something.
Because I think that's just looking at conversion, not act. They're talking about the ads on YouTube, right, Dave? But when they talk about something like Tumblr, they're talking about the general traffic coming from Tumblr, because there is no real ads on Tumblr, as far as I know yet.
Right. And on a related note,
Interesting. I think it's kind of cool that Tumblr is ahead of Twitter.
hey, that's kind of awesome. How's that paid thing working out, boys? Not so much. Not so much. And I guess on a related note was this one from Real SEO. 18 to 34-year-olds are watching 53% more online video. And that's over the since so same period from 2013 to now.
You know what I found my brother doing a lot, Dave? He has a smartphone, right? He watches a lot of video demonstrations when he's just sitting around killing time, like in his car. For instance, He takes me grocery shopping, right? Waits in the parking lot. Quite often I'll come out and he's watching a video.
Hope he's on Wi-Fi. Jesus. Roaming, that would cost you a fortune.
Oh yeah. He's on Wi-Fi.
Because yeah, my daughter watches mostly, most of the time on her cell phone is Facebook and YouTube. And same thing, yeah. So she's, as long as she's in the house or near Wi-Fi, go for it. But yeah, and she spends a ton of time. But again, yeah, that's a fucking huge number, dude. 53%.
Oh, my brother has an unlimited data plan.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Daily online video consumption among 18 to 34-year-olds is up 53% to 35 minutes.
Wow, 35 to 49, 80%.
Dude. Dude, pretty big numbers, telling you.
You know what that tells me, Dave? That's people that are probably more likely to watch video on their phone than they are on their desktop. Meaning they probably aren't on their desktop as much as they are their phone.
Yeah, entirely possible. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wonder if video includes like Pinterest and stuff though. I'm curious to, and Hulu and things. Does it really tell us? No.
I think they were just looking at conversion from the different sites.
No, this is just how much time is spent watching video online now since last year.
Sorry,
it's a different story. Yes, I just sort of segued into this one.
Okay, sorry. I'm paying about as much attention as Steve does.
Except you're not playing the game, so what's your...
Oh, he turned around, so he is paying some attention. Oh, okay, right, okay. Terry's talking, no point in even listening. I think you're having a problem with your mic, Steve.
No, we can't hear you, Steve. Oh boy, it's going well today. Right, now he's muted. No, he's not. No, he's still muted. We don't know. It's lost. Hey! There he is.
I love the technology stuff. It's cool because it works so flawlessly all the time.
Yeah, get one of your kids to show you that works. Alright. So I saved some good stuff for old Steve, of course. Okay. In our latest day, I guess. Oh, no, we're not. There we go. Steve, you see this one, Steve?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. SEO firm impersonates Google, claims local listing to be deleted.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had a firm calling me, not saying stuff like that, just that I could be ranking higher on my local. And that if they were Google, they could do it for me.
Do you even have a local business page?
Yeah, I live in Toronto, and I do have a website development business, Dave, with a
No,
website.
did you ever set up like a Google business listing?
Yeah, I think I do
Oh,
have a page.
alright. So, anyways, yeah, these guys were calling and saying. So Bill called him back, and he said, let's see, Oh yeah, Bill started off by saying to him, the recording said my listing is in danger of being deleted or something. And the sales guy said, yes, ma'am, that is correct. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Bill, someone else. Since the recording said it was Google calling, he had to come out. He hadn't said it yet, so the person asked him, "You're in San Diego, are you?" I thought you worked for Google. He says, "Google is in San Diego." Okay.
Google is
in Mountain View.
everywhere.
Google is everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, there's your scam of the week. Thought that was kind of funny, actually.
There's lots
So
of
that's
companies doing that, though. As soon as they get their Google partnership, they all start saying that stuff, and Google gives them the right to say it.
Well, it's like those guys that call, and say from India, saying that they're from Microsoft and they'd like access to your shared desktop. Yeah, I'll get on that.
Oh, no, mine is, we're calling from Windows Maintenance Department. And I said, my windows are clean. And then they started that. I just said, my windows are clean. Now they get one sentence out, and I just say, fuck off, and hang up.
Well, you're supposed to give them full access to your computer.
What? You're saying I wasn't supposed to? Oh.
It was probably really Microsoft.
Yeah, I'm sure. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah. Oh, Steve, did you see the Yelp story?
A call center in India doing it.
Did you see the Yelp story, Steve?
The what story?
Yelp.
Oh, Steve should go off on this one.
Yelp now has court permission to change business ratings for money. Okay.
It's legal.
Thanks to a Wednesday ruling by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco, which said that the review site Yelp could manipulate ratings for money. So let's say a small diner makes a big ad buy on the site. Those extra dollars could potentially boost the diner's rating, thus getting more customers.
Obviously, you're better if you pay more.
Well, of course, because you have more, because you're so awesome. You have more revenues. You can afford bigger ads, right?
Right.
No. Yeah.
That seems realistic.
Yeah, that's just curious, man. But again, like most of these things, how many people in the general populace are going to know? Nobody. So, does Yelp care? Nope. Yeah. Great tech news, but the average person probably.
They knew what they care. That's the thing.
Well, anyways. So, just for the folks who want to know that's out there, you guys don't seem to give a shit. So
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Yeah, well, we can't talk about Penguin all day. Well, we probably could, but. Oh, here's one for Terry. Come on. Okay, there you go, Terry. Search metrics released SEO Ranking Factory 2014. Yay!
Yeah.
God, we love seeing these every year. Did you guys know that the content was important for SEO? Did you guys fucking know that?
Yeah.
Terry, Steve, there apparently is a correlation between pages that rank and having content.
Really? I bet if you do the research, you'll find that all the pages that don't have content don't rank.
Fuck, 100%, buddy. Yeah. Well, that's that's they're primarily on word concurrence analysis.
You just can't rank, Steve.
It works for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Your image there, Dave.
What's that, sorry?
I keep wanting to scroll on the videos.
Oh, sorry. On-page technical SEO is our next one. On-page keyword remains an important part. Okay, so you need keywords in your content too, Steve. Terry, okay, boys? At least one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let me make some notes here. Let me get a piece of paper.
Yeah. Oh, and that site speed is very fast. Is very important too, Steve.
I knew I was doing something wrong.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, very important site speed, yeah, okay. But keep adding all this stupid code. Good architecture is apparently important. Okay, backlinks. Apparently you need links.
How would they know how my house looks?
Architecture. Oh. Zing. Okay. Apparently you need backlinks. Yes. Social signals. Of course. Had to be there.
Backlinks for brands. Why they keep talking about brands? There is no such thing as brands. There are entities, not brands.
Yeah.
When you talk about brands in search, you are proving you're an idiot.
Social signals are back again. Along with user signals, Terry. Click-through rates, bounce rates. Come on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Google is using Google Analytics to measure.
I'd like to know how the fuck they even measured that, but okay.
Yeah, that's right. How do they measure it? Well,
They don't have,
using Google
did they have
Analytics.
thousands upon thousands of sites they had the GA access to? I'm doubting it. Like how are they? How do they know the bounce rate is lower for top
The bounce
ranking?
rate for top ranking sites. How do they know that?
How the fuck would it? Oh my god.
I don't know.
And brand factor, Terry.
It becomes more and more skeptical.
Brand factor. There seems to be special consideration for big brands because they're not entities with a bunch of authority links
Right.
and other
With
stuff.
more connections to more things than
Yeah.
anything else. That would have nothing to do with it.
No.
No.
None. Zero.
No, that's ignorant. It's Google taking money directly from brands to rank higher. That's what it is.
Or they've got people sitting around programming the name of big brands and taking out
Oh, yes.
companies that aren't brands every day of the week. Because that's how you build an algorithm. So yeah, I'm not thrilled there. Oh, let's look at our big chart here. We got a big chart. Whee.
Site
Okay.
speed.
Oh,
At the
Google
top of
Plus.
the list. Can you
Google-
fucking believe that?
Google Plus is now number 2. Sorry, Google Plus
Wow.
ones. Google Plus ones are more important than backlinks, Terry.
Yes, of course.
Yes. Fuck links. You want plus ones. By the way, I know a great place we can get you very many of them.
Yes.
$9.99. Okay. Facebook shares, Facebook's total, Facebook comments, Pinterest, and then they've got their own thing, SEO visibility, which is actually just a search metrics thing. Okay.
What is that? Oh, so it means how visible they are.
Based upon their own tool, because that's their thing, right?
Domain authority listed in there as well.
Which what?
It's domain authority listed in there as well.
Yeah, but look at how far down the list it is.
Oh, yeah. Facebook likes and tweets are pretty important.
Yeah. Facebook likes and tweets are before.
Oh, look. Backlinks that are no followed. Ooh. New backlinks, which I guess are different than backlinks. Backlinks from news
That's what makes
domains.
it new.
How about backlinks from edu and .gov sites?
Wow, I don't see those, man. Those they should be in here, shouldn't they, with this fucking shit?
Oh, they're special for sure. Rand said so, so it's gotta be true.
Number of internal links. Wow. Really? Wouldn't that be more about how they're used? Okay. Keywords and body is actually well below the rest of this stuff. So no followed links are more important than having the keywords in the body.
This thing's a joke. Find the graph where it showed site speed #1 as the top important thing.
Keywords and exchange.
Really?
Word
That's
count and
as good as
anchor
you can
text.
do? Site speed is the most important thing.
Position of keyword and title.
Well, I agree with that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it near the front, near the top, or the very top?
Closer to the bottom.
Well, that makes sense. Keyword and title. Yeah, it helps if you have it.
Excuse me, guys.
Apparently, that's one of the least important things, is having the keyword in the title. Oh, my. Hey, Steve, does it make any sense at all?
No, not at all.
Hey Terry, they've got an H2 actually below the H1.
H1 below an H2.
Yeah, the H2 is more important than the H1.
But it's bigger on the page, Dave.
I'm crying here. Oh, keyword and title is actually down at the bottom here too. So yeah, you don't want the keyword and the keyword and the title element's not really that important.
At least one.
My goodness.
And people actually read this stuff and believe it. I mean, you probably read the comments, and it's probably, you know, like, this is the best information ever.
Hey guys, how does this even work? They've got a negative rating for keyword and URL and keyword and domain name. Well, that's actually a negative. And keyword in H1 is apparently, is this a negative? A negative, I guess?
Yeah. Why do they have ad links? Why do they have AdSense as a negative?
Because they're not ranking factors, which I can go with. I don't mind that.
Does this even make sense now? How can AdSense be a ranking factor? Whether you have it on the page?
Yeah, I know. Some AdWords rep told me so. Yeah. Interesting stuff, man.
Relevant terms. Having relevant terms on the page is important, Steve. They got that one right at least, Dave. It's number one.
Yay!
But right, follow closely by Google Plus.
Google Plus ones.
Plus ones.
Yeah.
More important than backlinks.
So is this just a study on how important correlation is?
Or did people just get to vote for their favorite things?
Yeah.
Or
did they just throw darts at a fucking pie chart with all these things on it? Could have done just as good a job, I think.
yeah, I bet you. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, it's a whole bunch of awesome, man. But it's a Spearman correlation, so that's important.
What the hell is the Spearman correlation?
It's important.
Does that make it more? Does that make the correlation causation if it's Spearman?
Oh wow. Okay. Content ranking factors. Okay, let's go here now.
Site speed, number
Oh,
one.
I see. Wow.
You can't fucking make this stuff up, folks.
Yeah, position of keyword and title character. Okay.
How
Link
can
to URL.
site speed be ahead of anything in the title? I don't get it.
And again, Terry, the meta description apparently is more important than having the keyword in the title. Oh my fucking lord. And keyword and URL is a negative, okay. Keyword and the domain name, negative.
Keyword and domain name is a negative.
Yeah, because those don't get used as anchor text too often, right?
Right.
Never.
Oh.
This stuff doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I think it was the thing of, see what you can do with our tool? There you go. Give you a lot of bad info. That's what it looks like.
I am just, yeah, flabbergasted. That's just awesome. I don't really know, dude.
So because they correlate a fast site to that, they place it in more cases, right? Did they ever think that, that possibly the sites that rank higher might have more money and might have the opportunity to be on better hosting? That wouldn't have any...
Oh, and more programmers to optimize code and whatever.
Yeah. I.e. dollars to do that shit. So that's why this kind of analysis is to use importance, right? This is totally misleading to someone who's learning this occupation, because that shit is fucked.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So this is their technical on page. So relevant terms, obviously we saw it earlier. Okay, fine. Proof terms, not even sure what that is. Number of internal links apparently is more important than having the keyword in the body. So lots of internal links, folks. Okay. Word count. Who cares?
HTML length. I mean, they don't even fucking read the code anymore, according to some people, so... Wow.
The image count is...
We got any more topics? We got 20 minutes left.
Oh, sorry.
We could be here all day talking about how stupid this thing is, Dave.
Yeah, I'm a little just stunned by it, man. Sorry.
Look at Steve smiling.
It's like a fucking car crash, man. I'm just kind of fascinated by it, staring at it.
I noticed that you didn't put the link in the show notes. I kind of figured,
Oh my god. Oh, to the actual study? Fuck no.
Yeah.
No, man. I was not going there, buddy. No, thank you. Not interested.
I would have probably told you, let's skip this part, Dave. No need to know.
Yeah, I wasn't really interested in that.
But I like that we just educated people on, how this study is next to useless.
Oh, yes, okay. Let's see where we're going here. Let's go with the annual debate of... Should you call out your competitor for buying links? I saw this, started kind of reading it, laughing with myself, and I thought, I was thinking, I don't know, if it's actually working, wouldn't I want to just go and get one there myself? Why would I want to bring Google's attention to it? First question I'm asking is it working? Does it look like they've been penalized?
What that says to me is, I could not think of a fucking thing to read, so I wrote about this.
Well, right here is your, tells you everything. Chiefly among these risky and problematic techniques are link buying, also known as black hat techniques.
Oh, really?
I buy links all the time. I buy them from Google. I buy them from Bing. I buy them from Facebook. I buy them from sites. I buy links all the time. Why would I say to my competitors, you can't? That's pretty, that's, I let Google tell me how to run my business. That's what that says.
Oh, fuck, whatever's working, I mean, again, if a client's going down that risky road, or if you're just, churning, burning sites or whatever, it's situational, man. Like, you want to buy links, go ahead, as long as you know the risks and everyone else in between, fucking right.
Yeah, but when you say stuff like you're doing a public good when you do this, that's fucking horseshit. You're fucking a lazy sucker who can't get stuff to rank, so you're going to report your competitor.
That's it. You know what I mean? Even if they are doing it, I'll let Google sort it out. Like you're saying, Terry, get on with the business of the day. Like, I have no need to
Yeah.
be fucking
Well, if
calling that
Google
company.
doesn't sort it out, then you can go buy them
That's
there.
right. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go get one there.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Like that's just looking at things one-sided. There's two sides to every story.
Yeah, I
At
thought it
least
was
two sides.
Pardon me?
At least two sides.
Yeah, at least two sides. That's true. Two people. For instance, when I look at the case where J.C. Penney was buying links on websites to stuff like little black dress, right? Or black cocktail dress. I say more power to them, because you know what? They did this for 3 years in a row, starting from Black Friday. That tells me they're buying advertising to sell shit, not manipulate Google. So more power to them. But there were plenty of SEOs who threw them under the bus, basically say, "Oh, you're breaking the rules. Selling more shit for your customers shouldn't happen. You do what Google tells you."
Didn't use the no follow, therefore you're evil.
Yeah. You know what? I don't care if there's no follow on it. If it's a link that's going to help my customer, then I need to do it. And Google needs
I think what Steve was intimating, though, is if I buy a link somewhere, why is it my responsibility if the publisher's not using the proper markup? You know?
Or the Google-approved method, at least.
Yes, sorry.
That author, to me, that's that guy's website, and that's up to him how he wants to do that. I'll respect it either way. I won't be pissed off if he doesn't put a no follow on it, and I won't be pissed off if he does. And I wouldn't ask him to do either for me.
Yep. Oh, boy. Not a lot going on this week. Got me excited. Other than this, I guess Google getting its balls busted. SERPs within SERPs. Sexy.
Well, you see the problem there, eh? There's a double slash there, and that causes a problem.
Oh, yeah, possibly.
Because that would be a different URL to Google, because it has that slash, extra slash. Probably doesn't work, though.
Yeah, that's kind of cute. Do we have anything else today, or is it just, as usual, fucking news is few and far between out there? Fuck 'em.
Yeah, we're seeing a crackdown on ads on Facebook again.
Oh, yeah, you were saying that before the show. What's going on tonight?
They're just some we've been watching for the last couple of weeks. They are aggressively going after people who have long-form VSLs, and so if you're running ads pointing to your VSL, and it's one of them 15-minute or 45-minute VSLs that doesn't have a buy button, that doesn't pop up until halfway or three-quarters of the way through the video, they're shutting down accounts. They're shutting down pages. It's just they're apparently they seem to get a lot of complaints about those types of landing pages when people click on ads. Imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah, so what? A lot of the spammy shit's getting cleaned out?
Well, it's not so much that it's spam, it's just that style of VSL is falling out of favor, even though it seems to work.
What's a VSL, Steve?
Video sales landing page.
Oh, okay.
You know, when you go to one of them great big, really long pages that has a video at the top that plays for, watch this really short 4-hour video before we let you even find out how much this costs type VSL.
Oh, okay.
They're incredibly annoying, but somehow they work. it baffles me to watch the sales numbers on some of these pages.
Squeeze pages.
It's, but apparently they also, along with working, they also generate a fairly large complaint volume. And Facebook's decided to start cracking down on some of those.
Oh, because people have to sit there too long to figure out the price that they don't want it because it's too much.
Right.
Well, I can kind of see that. I can understand why they might do that.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand both sides of it. It's another one of those marketing things that, the only reason we do it, like any other bit of marketing, the only reason anyone does it is because it works. It's like sending spam to your email. The only reason we do it is because it works.
You're willing to piss a few people off to make a few sales. That would be a good quotient. Pissed off to sales.
Yeah. It's our quality score.
Yeah, quality score. Pissed off to sales.
Yeah.
I mean, it really comes down to, how big of a market you're willing to cast your net into and how many of them you're willing to piss off to get the sales.
Right.
And a lot of guys are willing to piss off all of them
to get one sale.
Yeah. Problem is they don't get just one sale. They get thousands of sales, or they wouldn't do it.
So, Steve, are you officially semi-retired from the forums now, or just a bad day?
Yeah, I check them less and less.
I remember in the Skype chat room there, you were the other day saying, "That's it, I'm done, I'm leaving."
It's just the quality level has plummeted so far as the SEO boards go. It's it's been overrun by the
Uber noobs.
Uber noobs, and a lot of it stems from English as a third language kind of problem.
Yeah.
I mean, the number of people who post one sentence, "Tell me about PageRank" posts is staggering.
How to make my site rank, please?
Yes.
I just got this new client yesterday. Tell me more about how to rank their site, please.
Right. So that kind of issue has just I had fought for a while to try to just delete those posts out of hand as they came through the boards to try to let people know those types of posts weren't welcome.
Now they're just the dominant post type.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only post type anymore. So I was overruled.
All right, well, that's all we got for the news this week, folks. Be sure to join us on Friday for the Friday SEO chat. It's looking like an active one for some reason. I don't know. There's like 60 people already coming to it. I don't know how that happened. It wasn't me. I think Bill shared it or somebody. And otherwise, gentlemen, Steve's got his meeting anyways, and we'll see you again next week, 1 o'clock, folks. We moved our new time now just so some of the West Coast people that were complaining can actually catch a show. So, gentlemen, until next week.
Friday, we'll be having the Dojo chat. It'll be a free-for-all.
Free-for-all. Bring out free advice. No. Come and get your free advice. And it'll be worth every penny you pay for it.
Yeah.
Stay home. Live with your parents.
That's your advice.
Live with your parents.
Get out of the industry. All right, gentlemen, until next week. Take care.
Yep, go make lots of money.
Bye, everyone.